Mikaela Mayer wins the rematch against Sandy Ryan via unanimous decision. And yes, it's definitely the right decision in my opinion. Mikaela Mayer definitely won that fight. Ryan had her moments, but she got outworked and kind of outclassed her quite a few times in that, quite a bit of that fight as well, let's say. I think Ryan was able to land some decent shots. She was able to land some good hard shots, showing her power, but the speed advantage was very clearly with Mikaela Mayer. And she was, I think, much more accurate than what she was in that first fight as well. And she was more busy throughout the fight, Mayer. I think she was able to keep up a better pace this time around than what she was able to in the first fight. I thought Ryan won the first fight. I thought she nicked the first fight, but I thought Mayer definitely won tonight without a shadow of a doubt. I don't really think you can. It was close at times, but I don't really think you can make an argument for Sandy Ryan winning the fight. I think the only argument is for Mayer. You can't make an argument for a draw. You can't make an argument for Ryan. No matter what, though, all that said, it was still a very good, entertaining fight. 100% it was. But Mayer was able to outwork Sandy Ryan. I mean, Sandy Ryan was digging deep throughout the fight. Bloody respect to her. But I think overall, she rushed her work a bit. She was caught at times. She was caught quite a bit at times rushing in. And Mayer was able to dictate the pace of the fight. Mayer was able to, be the ring general in there as well. That's what Mikaela Mayer was able to do. And, Mikaela Mayer being able to take the front foot more time, a lot more this time, was able to sway things in her favour more as well. She took the front foot, came forward, tried to back Ryan up against the ropes. And it was good to see from Mikaela Mayer. I thought she was good behind her jab at times as well. And I feel like there was some good punch variety from Mikaela Mayer throughout that fight as well. And, that was important. The body work of Mikaela Mayer was fantastic throughout as well. And I feel like that was something that was very good at, putting Sandy Ryan off of her rhythm. And I think as well, just the general volume of Mikaela Mayer was able to stop the volume of Sandy Ryan. And I feel like that was clear to see at times, especially in those mid rounds, early mid rounds kind of. Mayer's volume was just so good and so high. Sandy Ryan was just unable to throw because there was just a lot coming back. Sandy Ryan had to think defensively, and May is very good at always making you think and making you think defensively, and that is why May was able to win that fight. She completely was able to outsmart Sandy Ryan today. And also as well, Mayer didn't really care what was coming back at her anyway. And that's why the volume of Mayer was always good. And I do think, female boxing, you never really see knockouts. I feel like Ryan does carry some decent power, to be fair to her. But she just didn't carry enough to cause Mayer enough problems in that fight. She never was able to cause Mayer any problems with her power whatsoever. I mean, at times, I think, Ryan was able to get some good bloody success with her backhand. She was able to get some good success with it and, land some good shots. And at times Ryan was able to get her timing going nicely. But there were other times where she was just ending up walking onto shots. And at times Ryan kind of just neglected wanting to use her range to set up her shots. I feel like Ryan kind of neglected her game plan kind of halfway through, not wanting to set up her shots behind her range and wanted to just, try and walk down Mikaela Mayer. But that was never going to work. You can't walk down Mikaela Mayer. She's going to catch you. She's too sharp with her counters. And I mean, to be fair though, Mikaela Mayer is good at instigating attacks. That's what she was always doing throughout. Mikaela Mayer was always instigating her attacks, and basically most of the time, 90% of the time, Mayer was always able to end those attacks nicely as well with the exchanges that they were having. Mayer was always able to land more punches and throw more punches in those exchanges. I feel like in the first fight that they had, Mayer was missing a lot, and Ryan was able to get more success with accuracy. But tonight, Mayer was landing more shots, throwing more shots, and landing more shots. It was much better. And, there were just those very, it was a similar game plan that I think Mayer took, but there were very slight adjustments made, trying to be more of the ring general for more often in the fight, using her angles a bit more, punching more, having a bit more of variety than what she did the first time. She was more confident in there this time around, Mikaela Mayer was, than what she was first time around. I feel like with Sandy Ryan, it was similar. It was a similar game plan going into the fight, but she just ended up wanting to go in and rush her work and got a bit too over eager at times when she was trying to take the fight to Mayer. And I just feel like if Ryan, I feel like, Ryan was there trying to, stick behind her range and pick her shots, and she was getting some success. But as I said, she just decided to just neglect it, rushing in with shots, and at times wanted to fight fire with fire. And against Maya, where, she's good at pulling back with her shots, and Maya's good at, her general volume's just good. So it's hard to beat Maya in exchanges. That's the thing. And so I think Sandy Ryan really took a bit of a risk and a gamble in that fight today with how she was deciding to fight. That's the thing, in my opinion. I'm going to go through my scorecard now if I can find it and get it up. It is what I should have done before I started filming. Here we go. We got it now anyway. So I gave round 1 to Mikaela Mayer. I feel like she started well in that first round. It was clear, Mikaela Mayer started really well. She was like, oh, right, we're going to see some big volume here from Mikaela Mayer throughout this fight. And, that is what it proved to be in the end. I thought Sandy Ryan took that second round. I feel like her timing was good. I feel like, again, same thing in that third round. I feel like Sandy Ryan's timing was good, and I feel like the biggest shots were being landed from Sandy Ryan. But as I said, eventually she just started to kind of neglect what she was doing and, not wanting to set her shots up from range. But again, though, that is because Maya is just so off-putting with what she does with her volume. And, that is something as well. Round 4, I feel like Maya took the volume was just too much. And the variety of shots were good. The hooks from Maya were very good throughout the fight. And her digging into the body as well. The body work was so constant throughout. The body attacks were great from Mikaela Mayer all night. And that was a big key factor to why Mikaela Mayer was able to win the fight, was because she was able to, just land some big shots to the body, and it was able to slow Ryan down a bit and put her off her rhythm. And then she'd eventually come upstairs, mix it up there as well, land a good variety of punches. So that was good from Mikaela Mayer. Round 5 went to Mikaela Mayer. Again, same thing, big volume. Round 6, Mikaela Mayer, again, kept that volume going and, always kept coming forward. She was pretty relentless in there. She was the ring general. There we go. Round 6, round 7, Mikaela Mayer, same thing. Round 8, I gave to Sandy Ryan. Round 9, I gave to Sandy Ryan. And round 10, I gave to Mikaela Mayer. Overall, it was 96-94 I had to Mikaela Mayer, but I feel like 97-93, that was one of the scorecards I think were pretty, that was two of the scorecards that were pretty fair in my opinion for Mayer. I think 98-92, I think it's a bit too wide in my opinion. That's how one of the scorecards have it. I feel like it's either, I feel like 90s overall, looking at it, probably was 97-93 was probably the correct scorecard. But again, I just feel like at times Sandy Ryan was able to come forward and make things messy. And that might have been what made me sway to giving her the odd round here and there. She was messy, and Sandy Ryan was good at making it messy. And I feel like here later rounds, it did make it a bit more difficult to score because of how messy she was making it. But yeah, I think, as I said, 96-94, I had it to Mayer, but arguably 97-93. But Mayer definitely won the fight 100%. She was way better throughout. Anyway, thanks for watching. Speak to you on the next one.